inn now stands on has major ties to indigenous peoples from some 7,000 the Texan and Mexican army in 1842. But 35 years later, a dairy farm was founded on the land by
22%
the blood-soaked soil
of
here seems to be
my
a bad
computer.
place to build. As
The
tragedy
CPU
struck many who lived on the land, the farmer's
22.9%
wife
use.
passed away from
Just
cancer
alone from
shortly
this.
after moving in. And 2
That's
years
just
later,
from
he
this
decided to
alone.
join
Are you
by
fucking
taking his own
kidding?
life. Soon after, the property was purchased by two
That's
families and renamed
ridiculous.
the White Gables. However, at the age of 38, one of the new owners, Jolene
Anyway.
Street, also passed away due to cancer. And like the owners before them, the husband hung himself in the bedroom.
I don't know where to start, man. So it was fine a couple of days when it happened. I was able to get almonds in there, made some changes, fixed my guitar. But then I came across Shepherd, I believe, and I realized I had hand done those fucking drums.
The Hill House. Many people stay in this house attempting to witness.
And they're not alone. The riff. It's not that it's difficult, but it's very complicated. So if I'm gonna do these songs again, it's gonna take me days, you know, to just get the shell of it. When I make songs, some of them are very complicated. So they're not easy. They're not. You know, I can get the basis of the rhythm done, and I can probably go perform some. But there's parts and stuff that go inside these mixes that I do that are done by accident or done by feeling. I don't know if that makes sense. So it'll never sound the same. I will show you an example of that. Our number one spot belongs to an entire town that is haunted, and some even say cursed. Allegedly, in the 1700s, a curse was cast by members of the Akokisa tribe on the town and its people who stole their land and killed their kin. And this curse has followed the town all the way through history, continuing even today. Every building in this small town has a haunting story, and I'll share a few of them with you now, but I encourage you to look this up because there are so many more that I just can't get to today. The White Hall House was built in 1895. Sorry about the TV. I always forget how loud that damn thing is. Let me show you. I'm trying to get it pull up. Shit be stupid sometimes. Why is Nova Chord on the project? But do you hear all that? So getting it clean is one thing. You also have to get rid of those little dinks and all that stuff. And that takes months, hours and hours and hours. And when that boy did that to me, I had it backed up. And I thought it was good. But then when he got to my fucking thumb drive, because I left it in there, so I don't really have to unplug anything. I usually keep it so that the motivation isn't like, oh, I gotta set it all up again. So it's just on. So I can just jump on. So when he did what he did, even though he thought it was just funny and he wasn't trying to harm me in doing it, supposedly. Yeah, you hurt me, man. Cause you went straight for the backup, too. Why would you do that? If you're not trying to hurt somebody, why would you go after the backup? Sure, crash the file system, but why would you go after that like that? Like, it's already hard enough for a motherfucker to sit up and get up and get energy to do anything. I got serious health issues, you know what I mean? And this selfish ass motherfucker wanted to do that. So, there's two things that might happen. I'm probably not gonna make music anymore for the public. Just for myself. I don't care. And then two, I'm not gonna trust anybody. Not nobody. I'm not gonna contact anyone. I'm not gonna try to run a label. I'm not gonna try to do any of that anymore because it took one fucking faggot to ruin it for everybody. I'm not gonna sit here and constantly keep trying to work on something for somebody to destroy it. I'm not gonna have backups because someone might destroy it. Why? Stay off my shit. So this is like a new year and someone's already done it again. Last year they did it and we lost Surface and Left Us and half an album. And I was pretty deterred then. And it took me a while to get back to doing 3 more songs. But now we got all these little demo tracks everywhere. I got nothing to show for it. But a bunch of demo tracks. Now, they're not half bad, so what I was thinking was maybe if I could go through my list on the YouTube, because I did back them up on there, and I do have a couple of copies on my phone for like waves. One of them actually has a FLAC, which I might try to open that up and see if that lets me get the stems. I think that's how that works. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping it's Shepherd or something for the FLAC file. That way I can have it, like get that back. And so what I was thinking was, yeah, go through the YouTube, make a playlist of all the songs over the 2 years that were supposed to be together in the Silent Series album, and release it like that. I can take the tracks and dive and dip with the EQ a little bit on them to make them all sound like they go together on the album, and it might work out. Maybe a little, one or two might be a little different from each other as far as like vocal volume and things like that, but I don't think that's a bad idea. And then plus people don't really pay attention to that. Also, I don't even think people are really releasing albums anymore, so I probably could just get away with leaving what I have up the way they are. Do a little bit of touch up on the EQ on like Shepherd or something, because I noticed that the vocals are a little, because they're whiny a little bit, so that you have to turn them down to like the 2K level or something like that, so that's more audible to the ear, you're not scratching at the ear. But so I mean, thankfully this happened after I had made the songs, and one of them I already had made changes and fixed up, but he did that too, so I lost that, and now because I lost that, I'm a little angry about that. You know, it sounded way better, and I was like, I was gonna keep that and distribute that, but I don't know if I did or not. I'm not sure. And I think it was Shepard said I did that too, because I found out that. Let me show you again. There's a thing I had. Try to see if I can. I think it was this. Yeah. It definitely was that. So, like, I like that, but the thing is, as you saw, like, let me do it again. Watch. It's like, whoa, dude. Like, you can hear it. And, oh, let's see if it changes. Something's trying to use the same channel. Anyway. You know, so I can. I mean, I love it because you can get like some really cool. Like, if you can't play bass or anything at the moment, you can cheat with that. Just gotta tweak it like a motherfucker. But I realized that it makes that quack noise, that quack, right off the bat, and then that's also happening every time that mid range hits it. So it's just going quack 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 the whole time, and so it doesn't sound very good. But as you hear that change, that was pretty prominent, and it makes the guitar sound really cool. But there's a way to do that without having a crush on it. There's a way to do it where it sounds the same way as it did before, with just a little bit more oomph. Without doing that, of course. I've been sleeping all day and all night. I just been sleeping like a bear. I think I've been pissed off. Like, about to snap, pissed off. You know, pretty close. Yep. Yeah, so people will make you snap, man. It gets to me. It really does. And people are like, oh, don't let it get to you. And it's like, bro, I lost everything. What do you mean, don't let it get to you? Bro, every time you go to do something and then you're going, oh yeah, I lost that, it makes you mad. Like, you know, and they're like, oh, that's equivalent to, they think they get me back for, like, deleting our whole Discord. Discord's trash, first off. I'm gonna tell you that. And how he got through was through Discord. He got my networking and backtraced it through that connection source. You know how? Because there's no end-to-end encryption. That's how. So I've been doing some reading and updating on my knowledge on technology. Yeah. Because I used to be heavily into technology. I used to work on computers. I could still do it. I could still fix computers. It's still all relatively the same. You know, there's a few things that are different now, but I can still put together a hydro computer and shit like that. I can still do that. I never had rich enough money to go do that. I never had good opportunities to go do those things. So I learned these skills for no reason because I was not able to practice them. But they do come in handy for some of the parts. So like ISO swapping. I don't know if anyone knows what that is. It's like OS swap, you know. So like if let's say your computer's in Windows 11 and you know you can't wipe it and go back. So you do an OS swap. And that's how you go back. You gotta go to Linux first. Make a new partition. Install that OS in that partition, that new partition. And then usually you don't want to lose your shit, so you back up all your stuff before you clear out the old partition. And then when that's gone, it's gonna say whatever, and then you gotta go into a partition editor again, and you got to delete that old partition and say merge with new partition. So you have to make it merge with the new one that you made, so they don't get a memory leak and lose your. Let's say you had 128 gigabyte. Well, if you split up partitions and don't do it correctly, you'll end up cutting out read and write on the rest of that hard drive. You'll fuck yourself up. You'll make that little hard drive go from like 128 gigabyte to like 10. So don't do that. Well, yeah, I had to do that OS swap trick, and that's what got my thing coming back when I lost everything. I had one thumb drive. I didn't have another thumb drive to install. I had no choice. I was fucking backed in the corner. It really fucking hurt me, man. It pissed me the fuck off. Like, majorly pissed me off. Like, I couldn't drop it in my phone. There was no way to back up my media folder. And even then, if I wanted it, when I did originally do it, I went to open that media folder and try to use it. And it said corrupted. All of it was like a little broken symbol saying it was all corrupted. So you went in there and ate that up. And then I found out when I looked at the partition name that it was called 2Y UFO. And he had one named Fuck You SR and shit like that on it. So he got in there, hand changed the partitions, and then crashed the file system on the way out. Like, so yeah, they're relentless. They're kids, you know. Obviously, you know that's a move that a child would do. This very rookie. They're not really called hackers. They're really called freakers, if that makes sense. Like PHREAKER. So basically, a hacker is someone that's going to modify something to do something that it's not supposed to really do. You know, they're going to reprogram it so it's repurposed for something else, you know. And they're also going to like kind of go to the max to infiltrate something, which is kind of what he did. But I don't think he was that smart. I think he was just button pushing. And he just kind of figured out a few tricks by pushing buttons and using pre-made applications. So like GP Plus and stuff like that, or Beefy, or or Wireshark, you know, GS locator, any of those that come with that operating system that he downloaded. So he's not really doing any major things, and he thinks he's smart, you know. But changing the name of a partition is nothing. You could do that and not even destroy the computer while doing it, but he did, which obviously tells me he's a malicious person. So yeah, that's my catharsis on this. It was just some kid, a nerd ass kid, that decided because he was bored, he was gonna go try and do something funny like that, and he thinks that friends or people are gonna laugh that off like it's okay. Like, bitch, I had a whole business in my computer, bro. This shit was my work. Like, I was building with it, and you fucking, like, people get sued over that. People get jailed for the rest of their life over that. You know why? Because everything is in there, and you destroyed it. That's like taking someone's ledger or something back then and ripping it up right in front of the police officer and saying, fuck him. That police officer's gonna arrest your ass and tell you just destroyed that man's fucking life. He can't go get another ledger, you know? So that's basically what he did, was he took out my business. So my label, THEFEWTHEMANY, is still up. I still have publishing licensing, but now I have to go get those certificates again. They're like $50 for another copy of them. I had a digital copy. They're in my email, but they were like saved, you know? So I can go get those. I can see if they'll pop up in my email and let me have another copy. But usually it said on there, it said, this is your copy and your only copy. And so hopefully I can find it and I can get those copies back, but it's annoying that I have to go do that. You know, one of them was a one-time link, and you have to download it, and it's on you. So I found this thing called Rocket Lawyer, and I might try to use that because I've seen that they already have pre-written forms out for me, and I don't have to go do it myself. But it took me quite a bit to write some of those agreement forms. You know, I got one backed up somewhere on my Google, thank God. But it doesn't have all the modified laws, and you just have to go in there and do it again. You know, when you're doing agreement forms, you have to be like an entertainment lawyer in your own self. You have to know what law is going in there, and you have to be able to explain it to the person too if they asked. You know, you can't just go, oh, look it up, because then you're illegitimate. You can tell I'm fucking really pissed off, man. I really had that album was done, and I was ready to just distribute it. I was going to do a couple of tweaks to line them up, make them all sound the same, from the same album, same place. I had a template ready to go for that. I was going to go download Easy Mix and just let it do it for me. But they fucked that up, man. A fucking nerd ass kid who thought it'd be funny did that to me. Really. After we were just being friendly in there, and he sat there and did that. Like, they're very good about trying to be your friend and acting like they're your friend and hanging out and saying that, oh, this person did this, and remember this person, they did this and that, and that's what this really happened. I'm sorry that happened, man. I'm glad it didn't affect you like that. And then the very next moment, you know, while they're sitting there telling you that bullshit, they were already in your shit fucking you up. Yeah, fooled me. Got me good. Pissed me off. That's why I said I would never trust anybody ever again. Because I just did that indigenously, like that, where now my brain will never fucking trust anybody. Ever. Like, when someone says they care about me and all that, there's gonna be a fucking second guess. I'm probably gonna roll my eyes very hard and be like, bullshit. So I had an opportunity to do a song with somebody that was like a mediocre band out there. It's pretty well known, but not too well known. Not like TX2 or fucking Ronnie Rockney or any of that stuff. But he's like somewhere in the middle, like me, like 40,000 plays, 50,000 plays, somewhere around there. You know what I mean? And he's another good artist, you know. And he was digging my voice, and he wanted to include me on something. And I really liked it too, because he's got the same style as one of my favorite bands that was developed and worked on by Anthony Zeke. I think it's his name. What's his name? Anthony. But Ant-Man had originally had, I think he had Chris in there too. I don't know, it's this band that I really, really liked, and I should show you them. I don't know if I could pull up the fucking internet. And I can't remember off. Oh, there's a band called Seven, and he has a very similar style to them. Let me show you. See if I can pull it up. Oh, I was not kidding when I said that no one's gonna get shit from me. Like, seriously. I'm not even fucking playing when I said that. Like, no one's getting goddamn shit from me, man. Not a goddamn thing. I was not kidding. Yeah, so everyone can go and publicly post thanks to whoever that kid is. You can say thanks to Y2 UFO and New Say that out loud on all the fucking little groups I had. Just say it out loud so they see it, you know what I mean? Creative and all them. You say, yep, thanks to these fucking faggots, we lost a good artist. Yep, you can pretty much say that, because I'm not gonna, I refuse. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and keep playing that game, man. They wanna sit there and keep doing this over and over, where I have to keep restarting because they just keep doing it over and over because they think it's fucking funny. I'm just not. I refuse. So this is the new. This band is so sick, man. And I was offered twice to, because when he left out the first time, he said, "Man, just keep sending me stuff on my email," and I never got back to him because I had like so much going on.
Make your browser fast. Make your browser safe. Make your
Shut up.
Watch the rain, the circling through the dream, kept awake, here again. Eyes are going dim, you become the same, and I don't know why. lines are growing thin. My heart is leading me in separate convictions. My hands are letting you go. You follow. I'm done trying to see one-sided hollow. Dreams something set me free.
So like, this is really good, and I think that partially the reason why they wanted me is because I sound very similar to him. But to me, I think he sounds more like Breaking Benjamin a little bit. You know?
Carving steel, lights becoming black. We were left outside, and I don't know why. Something in my way. Now every light is a cancer. Now every thread is a joke. You fade out. Fuck this city, and it all goes black again. Let me out of here. I've been in this so long. They say I'm pregnant. There's no more soul left inside. Underestimate the fall. I've been in this so long. They say I'm pregnant. There's no.
No, this is really like, so the only thing I don't quite like about this mix, and I'm not saying that it's bad, you know, this band's been established for like more than 10 years, which was why I was so shocked that they asked me to do a featuring with them. The only thing I don't like about this mix is that the vocals, they're there, we can hear them, they're clear, but they're not cutting through the mix like they should, you know? So like that part right here, you should be like, stay conscious here. Da, da, da. You know, he should be more, and he's very static in his sound, and it's good, but it's like there could be a backup, and I think that's what he was talking about, because you can hear where my mind likes to take words and take things and sing them very colorfully. I like to like really raise up my notes, and I don't leave an inch for any stale moment in a lot of my songs. I like a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. I like every word to mean something. I like it when you feel that emotion through one phrase, you know, maybe even one word. And you can do so much, you know. Anyways, keep going.
Slowly drift away. You become the thing, and I don't know why. Skies are turning red. I wanna move through the center. I wanna let it unfold. So bright. Hold on to your hand.
really like his production here. Like, the production here is... See, that's why I like Chris and I like Ant so much, is because those two, if you put them in the room together, they will literally make, like, this atmosphere with their sound, one, and then two is so wholesome, so raw, creative. Even if it's in a DI, even if it's directly, it still sounds natural, and everything belongs and streams together perfectly, you know. And their arrangement is really good, straight up. If they're listening to me, you two are like my top artists that I look up to and pay attention to. We had that other guy that came through a while that did some really amazing stuff too, and I hope he's still out there doing stuff, because honestly, if there was going to be another band like this, I would think that Samuel guy would be my match, you know. And we have songs from him that we did, and he loved them all. And I don't get to do a lot of those because I try to be very conservative with it and concentrate on my own stuff. Otherwise, I'll get lost in doing that. And I did make quite a bit with other individuals that were doing sounds that I liked. You know, I like that German dark synth stuff in my music. I love it. I never could get around that. The albums like this that have like atmosphere and extra sound, I can listen to those over and over. But we can't say that, you know, we need all that in there, because there's some bands that are very dry that I have no problem with listening to over and over too, you know. But production, you know.
Someday when we finally face the end, what you
There's another problem. When you singing, dude, and you going like that, yeah, fuck it up. Like, let's go back 10 seconds. Hear this?
we finally face the end.
So you're going, you finally face the end like that? Like, sounds good. I mean, you got a good voice for it, but like, you're going nasally. You're going when you're doing that. Don't do that, man. Just say the words normally. Don't try to put a fucking accent in it. You know, and not everything needs to be fucking emo, okay? And that's the other thing that's driving me crazy with these bands, is that they're all trying to be fucking emo. Like, quit. Like, shut the fuck up with it. It's so annoying. Like, no one cares. Like, it's annoying. Like, straight up. You know? Not everybody's fucking bad omens, dude. And I don't even do that. I try a little bit. I've tried to put some of that stuff, but it just sounds terrible. You know? So, like, sing in your fucking voice, man.
What you said, conscribing the days ahead. A guiding hand pulls you in, never again. Sunlight, the sky is turning so red. The sky is turning so I've been in this all
like something like that, man. I've made tracks like that. You know, something really cinematic and deep. And people just didn't care about them. You know, and I think that's kind of the case here too, because you know, this band, as good as their production is, that's a pretty good set of views right here. You know, but they should be hitting like 2 million, and it's sad. It's so sad that everybody's like on this other bullshit. Like, come on, man. Like, this is it. This is the fucking shit right here. And I'm sorry to say it, but like, I will always listen to this band. Like, I know I complained about a few things that he does or whatever, but they're so minor. There's not even a question about it. They're so fucking good. And look, you can see that they haven't stopped. I mean, they're still doing stuff, but like, they take their fucking time, you know?
Want to start a business but don't know where to begin? Zap Business is the worry-free way to confidently start a business and also stay
What's it
compliant as it
doing?
grows.
I don't want to hear that. Why are we doing that? Anyway, let's hear their newest one right here. Yeah, Contact was good too. I don't remember that one.
I feel your soul beneath my skin. It's changing me within. I hear right in front of you, suspended in the burning sky. Set me on fire with the gas while I burn. There's nobody out there to hear me. Like I said you would. If I only could, I try, but I can't let you go. There's no way out, and you see now, I feel your soul beneath my skin.
That's what I'm saying. So like, that's their only downfall. It's like there's just no fucking excitement there, man. The music is great, but the singer is just fucking lacking. It's good. He's got good words. He says some good things. He's got some good melodies in it, but he's not punching us with it. You know, like there's some points in there when that thing kicked in. You could have got. You could have got louder. You could have gone up an octave. You know, instead of staying where you're at. But again, you know, good training, good control. And the track's production is amazing, man. But the voices are... Oh, let me hear this again. Yeah, so it's not... It's balanced, but they're not... You got things going here and here. And you don't have the voice going there and there. So, keep this in mind, Mr. 7. Band 7, if you're to listen to this. the music and the instruments can be there, but you can also have something kind of like overhead of it or underneath it too. You gotta have the multiple voices, and you want to pan those too, because it'll put the voice from just being centered like that to actually being more wider and around you. And sometimes, you know, you still have the appearance of the instruments being all around you like that too, and real stereo-like, but pan placement, man. Just know, like, you can put maybe the instruments sit at a max of like 75 pan left, 75 pan right, and then work down 25% for the other layer, for this layer, and then down the center. And then the vocals, you'll have that 100% pan, and then you can have a center one, so it collects together. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain, but I hear it. I hear with a, you know, you can even do a stereo splitter on the vocals, and it will put them right, you know. So, like, honestly, it's a good song, and I already heard this song a couple times. That's why I know what to say, where it's at. But anyway, this is like, if you ever listen to like Silver Judas and everything, he does the same calm voice, but he also goes up with excitement. So, like I said, need that excitement, man, and it's just not there. You could sing with me, and it would be better. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they were going for. I think they were looking for someone that sounds similar, is doing the same similar sound, like what I was trying to do. And he probably saw that. Probably realized that I was trying to do the same thing. There's a band that I was shown a long time ago. I just remembered it because I was sitting in the room while the two individuals were talking about it, and they were praising it like it was fucking God, and I could see why. Because, I mean, the production on this is all raw, you know, like analog, and very similar sound, Bono bass, and everything. Just at an earlier time, man.
Said to us, life is hard, sometimes you don't always understand. tear roll down your face. We both wiped it away and hoped that day would never be the last time we met in this place. The earth turned 2 more times, and you were gone. You said he was reaching to me, yet I see no hand, no water to wine, no loaves of bread for me. The earth turned 2 more times, and you were taken away. That summer night, I did not want you to leave like that. Swept away in our arms. I know you can see me, but don't look now. I need a miracle to see you again. I need a miracle. No time to choose faith. In times when you could not even breathe. Return to me. Return to me. Passed away. That's what we say. It doesn't mean you're not around. Little things that catch our eyes. Comfort and feeling to me just might be a miracle. Take my hand. I need a miracle. No time to choose faith. In times when you could not even breathe. Return to me. Return to me. Return to me.
I'll miss you, buddy. For sure, we miss him, man. He's good, good. Sorry about all that shit, man. It makes me cry, man, because I miss him. Yeah, he was good. He was a good dude. My dad knew him too. He was a good fucking set of people, man. Yeah. God, man. No, unfortunately. See, this is the thing, you know, people are looking, And it sucks because like a year later they finally, you know what I mean? Like years later, this is 16 years ago, guys. 16 fucking years ago. Transcript. Is there a transcript for real? Yeah. So these are, you know, there was bands that I was listening to when I was a kid, and that's what I'm saying. When I listen to music, you know, I'm very particular in my sound, and especially when I create it. And a lot of people don't appreciate or know the sounds that I'm doing. Like they're like, "Oh, that sounds good," and it's like, did you actually go listen and actually figure out what I was doing? Like, it takes talent to do that, and it's quite irritating. You know, and like this comment, oh, sounds good like this, and they think, you know, they just say some blank ass shit, and it's like that's not even me, dog. Like, and then they'll think it's me, and I'm like, no, man. Like, I was sharing a friend's, you know, that shit bothers me, man. Just don't do that shit. And that's how I know that people aren't really paying attention. No one's paying attention for real. Like, I can tell. Yeah, we can tell. If anyone was actually paying attention, that would have been as big as these guys. You know, it would have been well known around. You know, but they're not really that well known. Look, so many views. That's a great song. You know, this was his old channel. So fucking lame, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't pay attention to like real freaking music. You know, real music, man. She knew what she was doing. I know what that chick is. Isn't that the one that dances and stuff? Her husband. She just goes out and dances. That's what sucks that Michael died like that. But anyway, I'm telling you, man, that there was good bands at those times, and they were just being fucking missed. And I try to use this as like a reminder that like eventually I'll be seen, but it can go years and years and nothing come out of it, you know. But as much as I pushed, you know, the internet and the things like that we have now, I'm so much lucky because, you know, those guys had none of that, and they got, you know, just to have none of that and then hit, you know, 1K plays or more. They probably have way more than that. It's just that, you know, other people are rehashing their music instead of actually coming from their direct pages, and I'm pretty sure their direct pages are pretty well known. But yeah, like knowing that I have a track that has 5K on there, or I have tracks that have 30K. I have tracks, you know what I mean? Those are, you know, what indicates to me to tell me that, okay, I'm doing something right. And it is being noticed out there. Now, I'm not being noticed on the mass scale, you know, but I've had a couple of times, you know, where people randomly from public areas have said, hey, you're this person, or aren't you this person? And usually I just like, no, not him. Or I just kind of ignore them. I just don't feel like talking at that moment. Or I'll acknowledge and be like, yeah, you know. And it makes you feel good, you know, because that's what makes me keep going. But when someone does some shit, like what those kids did to me, and destroys my hard work, you know, it just angers me, man. That's like really going for the heart, man. And you know, you don't even know, like, when you're doing that, you're like really, really destroying the artist's, like, the whole mind frame, the whole fucking everything. It just kind of like, it's almost like you just took a gun and just shot him in the face. Like, why would you do that? You know? So anyway, I can read, write, and do omens. You guys see me do this a couple of times right in front of you. But songs like omens and stuff like that. But, you know, as I was listening to, like, 7, and I got a 7 hush. Yeah. I got a guitar that fits for that style of music. The only thing I don't have is a 5-string bass. I don't know why the fuck people just don't think. They just don't. I just don't even acknowledge it. Just appreciate what I got. But I'd be like looking at them like, you know how fucking devastating that is. Like, I needed a 5-string bass. I needed a solid state. If it would have been a 4-string with a solid body, it would have been still fine. I could have got away with it. But like in this case, like I literally cannot get away with it, man. It sounds different. It sounds like an acoustic bass. It does not sound like a fucking solid body P2 bass. It does not sound the same at all, you know. And I have to use a software to convert that, and the software is not gonna be able to be ran on my computer anymore because I lost that library. I lost my library folder and my license folders from my program, so I'm like running off of programs that I know I can get because they're saved into my iLock account, or they're saved onto my Native's Instruments account, and I was able to get those, but I couldn't get, you know, my other programs that I use for my bass and MIDI and all that stuff. All that is gone, destroyed, and it all got corrupted, and I had to literally go repurchase those because I got them like 2 years ago, so the warranty is like expired. Anyway, I really am trying to get motivated to just do anything, but like I'm so pissed off and I'm honestly hurt from that. Like I would have been straight with the media folder being backed up, but all of those Google accounts, they don't even let me have enough memory free to put it anywhere. Like 10 gigabytes is all you get, and that folder was like 40 gigabytes. That's a big folder. I'm hoping that my friend will be texting me here soon, because I'm getting a little bit worried about that too. Like, I've been nice, and we had the relationship post to kind of hint that we were talking. We like our privacy, so we don't let everybody know. I know everybody thinks and knows, but they can think they know whatever they want. Bro, you're not gangster, bro. Like, why are you doing that? This Washington, what, you got your gun out too? Bro, we'll put you in the ground, bro. Look, bro, let me show you something. Y'all do this. Y'all act like this. You do this. Trust me. All the police and all the law enforcement, or a civilian around you, someone's gonna complain. And you're gonna go down, bro. Is it really worth sitting in concrete jungle over being a dumbass? Like, stop trying to fucking copy the TV, man. Let the TV be the TV and let you be you. Like, This makes no sense. There she is. I'm gonna pull her into the... Like, it makes no sense. Like, you see this. Like, why are you trying to be gangster, bro? Gangster. Also, like, what are you gonna feel like when you get shot the fuck up? You know, you might not survive. You're gonna be freaking out 10 seconds before lights go out. Going, oh shit, and thinking about everything. Oh, this is a bad idea. No shit, dumbass. How would you think about your mom, your brother, your sister, your kids, you, yourself? I mean, stupid. That's a real complaint from me. I usually don't complain about shit, you know, but I see fellow artists. Like, I just saw him, fellow artists that I'm working with. Okay, let me tell you something. If you're working with me, and I'm trying to work with you and build you or do things or give you advice, the number one I'm gonna give you is don't act like a fucking idiot. You know, don't show guns on the camera. Don't show gang signs on the camera. It's that simple. You can be gang all you want. You can believe whatever you want. I'm not telling you you can't. But you're not going to be a gangster. That's definitely not going to happen. If you're in my quarters and you're working with my shit and I see you wearing baggy clothes, I'm not going to judge you off that. I'm going to judge you by your character. And if you're going to sit there and have a gun in your pocket and act like this and say all this and say yeah and all that and intimidate people and intimidate me, you ain't coming to my studios, for one. You ain't coming around my family. I won't talk to you. I won't include you, bro. You'll just get fucked. Like, straight up. And then I'll probably call the police on you. Like, that's real facts. And I don't give a fuck what you said. He's like, oh, that's snitching. Good. You can say, oh, he's a snitch behind the bars, bitch. That's how fucking gangster you are. Sit behind the bars, bro. You can suck another dude's dick in the jail. That's real gangster, right? See what I mean? Doesn't make any sense. Yelling like outside, doing some shit, doing any real shit that makes you whatever. But as soon as you end up in that jail cell in the prison, guess what? You a bitch. You ain't a gangster, bro. You a bitch. You a fucking one out of the many in there doing the same shit, sucking each other's dicks for a fucking pair of socks. Shut the fuck up with that shit. I'm gonna eat some fucking oatmeal and some fucking bologna in the morning. Cause that's exactly what's gonna happen. I mean, it's pretty damn... That's a given, honestly. You're all gangster and tough until that happens. Just saying. I've seen people, you know, there's people on their mouths on the games, man. They be running their mouths talking about, I'm gonna come in your house, I'm gonna beat you up, fuck you, behind the game. We're gonna reach through your TV and choke them. Like, touch grass. And most of the people that run like that, they be talking like that. It ain't gonna take 2 seconds for their daddy to hear that in the other room. Get up, bash in the door, come up on him, hit him in the lips. And be like, don't talk that way to people, man. Especially when they hear a 10-year-old child on the video game and you got a grown-ass adult yelling at that kid on that video game. Like, wow. Like, you're a real fucking chief there, fucking dumbass. You know, people go to fucking jail for child abuse all the time. That right there is child abuse. Seriously. You're like, oh, it's just a kid on the game. No, it don't fucking matter if it's a kid on the game. It's still child abuse. Anyway, I can get on these rants like crazy. Is she up? Claudia, call me. Faye, call me. I'm telling you live to call me. I hope they don't do that. She can't text. She gotta call me. She gotta call me. Otherwise, shit's gonna fuck up. So, I had a little bit of a baseline idea here. I was trying to... It sounds so mechanical. You make it sound just like a bass when you do that. See that? Oh. Yeah. Didn't even know that, huh? A lot of people will be like, oh, this sound like crap, right? But when you put it in context, it sounds like a bass, bro. That's how I do all my shit. It goes with it. It's like a good texture. Helps. Anyway. I'm probably gonna finish the song Omens up probably. I don't know if I'm gonna do it today or I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Might do it tomorrow because I could sing and stuff. It's just that I ain't gonna be able to put enough bass in there because that's not the correct kind of bass. So I have to put keyboard bass and go with that. Unfortunately, I'll just build the bass line and then I'll end up playing the acoustic bass over it somehow, and then just rendering that down to fucking MIDI and then changing that. It don't make sense to have it if I'm just going to change it to MIDI anyway, you know. Now the only thing I would say that the acoustic bass is working for right now is there's certain songs that I do, like that Alice in Chains one that you guys heard that sounds like Alice in Chains. That's where that's going to be useful at, because that belongs with that kind of shit, you know. The acoustic stuff belongs with the acoustic stuff, so I could do that naturally like that. That's fine. And then I had like I was working on Hurt, but we just lost most of that too, so I have to redo Hurt, and I was going to do that with that acoustic bass also. So yeah, there's some really good use one I'm really like appreciative for, like on that, but like I'm still gonna have to out of my own pocket somehow when I get my disability or whatever, go and get a actual solid body bass. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna buy one, buy a cheap one. Probably pay someone for one. Just be like, look, you got one sitting around. You know, I don't know. I need a 5-string, so the 5-string is probably gonna cost about like $400, and no matter what, because I looked everywhere online, and all of them are fucking $500 and up. So yeah, we're gonna have to spend a pretty penny for a fucking bass instrument, which is fucking gay. I had one in Texas, but we couldn't bring it with, so and it stayed there. So it sucked too. I could have fixed it. I would see them being thrown out, man. Some kid gets them and just destroy them, and then they don't realize that a bass is like the most expensive fucking instrument. It is, straight up. Like a guitar, I can go buy 3 or 4 guitars before I cover the price of one bass. I mean, even a P4 bass or a P2 bass or whatever the fuck is still $500 fucking dollars. And I couldn't believe that. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how? You know? But yeah, apparently a bass is pretty expensive. And so yeah, so I can see why, you know, they went for that choice and they did that, you know, because they didn't have a lot of money. But it's definitely something I've I would say that if you're saying that you know the bass, yeah, probably because you play guitar. And I began off of bass when I was a kid, so I was lucky. So I know a little bit about bass, but I'm definitely using it as a thing to learn from, you know, learning. And the reason why I say learning is because you might think that the way they played it, and you know, a lot of people try to do it off the root notes. They'll use the root notes of their song and they'll play the bass to that, and it's just very simple. Sorry to say that, but if you do that, it's going to make your music very bland. It is. It's not going to sound great. It's going to sound like crap, to be honest with you. You know, the real bass players, even in Green Day, yeah, if you would listen, their bass sits outside and does something else, and it changes the whole music. And the only reason why they're able to do that is because they're not playing it exactly to the fucking guitar like that. They're not like little strict little robots. You know, they found the relative notes that work, and that's what I'm learning. So I'm learning how to play the bass to like omens, and it's not. So you would think like omens is on the 8 and open and the 12, and then, you know, like normal progression, like I have showed you guys how to play. The bass line is totally different. Bass line's a lot of zeros, and when it gets to the dum to dum to dum dum to dum to dum, it's gonna be like bum ba bum ba 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 bum ba bum ba 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 bum bum ba ba bum 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 ba 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 bum bum ba ba ba. It's different. It's gonna be climbing up, down. It's a little bit more dynamic, and when it hits that low note, you know, ba bum bum ba bum ba bum bum ba bum ba bum ba bum bum ba bum. You need those higher ends, otherwise it would just be ba bum 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 ba bum ba bum bum ba bum. It'd be kind of boring. So I like to add like some booms and high ends, and I usually layer. And I notice that when I play the bass, I'll play a lick, but then I'll add another bass underneath that lick to kind of fill it in and to give it more. And I'll do the same thing with guitars, left and right thing. And it just sounds punchier, it sounds better, it sounds more live, and it sounds kind of like what we were listening to earlier with Seven. It sounds just like that band. I'm so sorry I didn't show the video for that earlier. I'm still familiarizing myself with this software like this. They got some new updates in here, and it looks like the window is it's not an open window. I tried to figure that out earlier. So it doesn't let me just have, like, I have to assign which window it's doing, you know. So I could do the 7 and up, Windows 10, you know. Yeah, so like you have to push on. Yeah, so if I try to see, yeah, see, it doesn't open any other window besides the one I had selected. So when I close it, it goes out. But it is really, I like that feature a little bit, because then when I want it to just be me talking to you, I could just drag the screen like this and I can talk to you. And then when I want it to go back, I can bring it down a couple of pixels and I can just pop up the screen and you're back, you know what I mean? Which rocks. I like that, you know. Just a little bit of a different way to do things. I like it. I'm still waiting for Faye. I don't know what the hell her deal is. I woke up. That's all I got. Because I woke up. Yeah, I'm pretty. I got anxiety, man. And I ain't got no smokes. I ain't got nothing. I'm just sitting here like this. No money. Nobody's getting up, doing anything. Just fucking shit. Tired of it. Makes me want to give up. I don't understand. Like, everyone's depressed because no one gets the fuck up. They sleep all fucking day. Yeah. Anyway. Still waiting on Faye. I don't even think she's gonna fucking... Ugh. I don't know what she's up to. Anyway. I'm gonna cut this stream off. And take a break from it. I'll come back and do, like, maybe a little bit of music making. If I can get motivated. There's something new that I'm interested in doing for music. And it has to include this crazy ass patch, you know? Yeah, so I do want to go back to writing some cool ass stuff like that, but man, I need some weed. I need some money. I need some shit to get the gears going, man. Maybe in a beer, you know, or even a wine. Something, man. Something to relax my fucking nerves. You know? Anything. I'm so irritated by what they did, man. Really discourages. Anyway. I'll get back with you guys. I'm not gonna promise that I'm gonna make anything new. Honestly, I'm so beat and mad about that. So if I do end up making stuff new, it's gonna be a completely new thing. It won't even be included in that fucking album we've been trying to get done. So we'll just have to make singles from now on. It'll just be singles. And you'll never know what's coming out, because I'll just, you know, my voice is very versatile, so I'll end up making different sounds again. Anyone that wants to collaborate, it better be good, man. It can't sound like Phoebe. If you sound like Phoebe and I know it, I'm going to abandon. I'm not going to finish it. I'll get demotivated. That's just the harsh truth and reality of it. I'm not trying to be a dick, but too many Phoebes. I'm not looking to work with a Phoebe, man. Gotta know structure. A song has to be structured. There is no excuse for, oh, I'm underground. Fuck that. Okay? Let me tell you something. It sounds like ass when you do that. You gotta structure the song. Something's gotta keep coming back. It's gotta be a chorus. The verse has gotta sound the same as the last one. You can change the words for the second verse, but they have to sound the same in the melody. Like, it goes together. You know, bridge is where you have a little bit of fun, but it's a little bit of reciting of what was going on before. So people have to get that through their head, and if they're not going to get that through their head and think that they're going to come collaborate with me, sorry to tell you, I'm going to tell you no. So unless you got formatting down and you know how to sing and not sing like Phoebe, and there's format and proper writing going on, and I'm sorry to say it like that. I know that sounds really harsh, and I'm sorry, but sometimes you gotta stamp your foot down to get what you need. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to be cutting off a lot of people. And I'm only going to be building people that sound fantastic. Sorry to say it, but that's what's going to happen. So ain't nobody really going to get accepted into doing what I'm doing unless they sound presentable and they sound good. I'm not saying they have to sound immaculate, you know. It's got to sound good, man. Now, I'm looking at one chick right now where she's kind of shy to do things, and it looks like she likes to do a lot of like Evanescence and stuff. I have a 7 string. I'm definitely going to try to do that with her. I have some ideas and some stuff, so I'm probably going to do that. I like Faye stuff. Faye is like one of the exceptions. She has structure though. She has a little bit of structure in some of her stuff. She says stuff again, and she's getting better at it, and she's willing to improve. You know, but she doesn't register herself and do all that stuff. So she's just doing her thing. You know, and that's what I'm talking about. Can't have Phoebes, man. You gotta step it up. People complain, say, "Oh, I'm not getting plays." Well, that's why. If you sound like Phoebe, you're not gonna get played. If it sounds like underground, there's only so many people in this world that are into that. Sorry, that's just true. Most people listen to the radio and iHeartRadio and has a little playlist and it's the same songs from the last 30, 50 fucking years. There's a reason for that, because no one's really created anything new. You know, and if they did, it's not being heard and it's missed, or it's not commercialized because they're not commercialable. You know what I mean? If you're not commercialable, like if you can't sell yourself commercially, then you ain't gonna go anywhere. You're just gonna stay as a small artist. And what my goal is to do is to become commercial. You know, a commercial sale. Want to sign and develop a artist that becomes commercial. I want to write for that artist. I want to help that artist write his own songs. I hope that the artist has his own skills in that too. You know, I want to make a bunch of people like that. Maybe have 5, 10 people under my belt in the first 5 years doing it. But, you know, I can't keep doing this business, man, if people keep hacking me and keep fucking my shit up. So, for that, I do have a little bit of a plan. This thumb drive is definitely getting unplugged every time I'm done. And then I'm just going to have to go buy a spare, another one. And this one was $40 fucking, which is ridiculous because it doesn't even have Ready Boost on it. You know, which is fucking stupid. So I had to go get, I found on Amazon a whole pack of these fucking 128 gigabyte fucking, I found a terabyte one for like $15. So, that store who was ever selling these things, the corporates, you selling these little thumb drives for 50 fucking bucks, please go fucking kill yourself. You're a fucking bitch. Cause they're not worth that fucking much. Amazon's like fucking selling them $15 fucking, you fucking quack. Anyway, that's how I feel about that. But, you know, we'll get that fixed. I'll probably find another hard drive somewhere, like an external one or something. And I'll just back that shit up on there. It'll be like an encrypted one, like a fucking Pelican or something. I had one too, and I didn't even know what it was. And I wish I didn't get rid of it then, because now I know what the fuck it was. It was a hard drive. I had a Porsche. I had a Porsche one. I had a Pelican. Didn't know what they were at the time, man. So I was just getting rid of shit. And I had a bad girlfriend, bad situation. Things got stupid. So yeah, I'm in a pretty pissy mood. Not very happy with what happened to me. So that's what my life seems to be consisting of. If people don't like it, you don't have to watch it. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good one. I'll be back later. I'm gonna figure out what this white crazy woman friend is up to. I really hope I can get the fuck out of the United States. I can't do it anymore. I'm really just done. Like, no one's doing anything about these fucking asshole fucking corporates. They're just increasing their pockets consistently. Anyway,